welcome to another episode of Drummer's Guide 2. Today I want to talk about a subject that's a little bit controversial, I think, because people have very strong views about this, and I include myself in that, so I'm fully expecting quite a heated debate in the comments and wherever, so please go for it. I'm all up for seeing everyone's side always. So yes, the subject I want to talk about is about doing free work. As I say, this is quite a heated subject for a lot of people. It's got a lot of ammo behind it, but I think, for me personally, doing free work is a very, very good thing. It's something that I have done for years. I still occasionally do gigs for free for various reasons, and I think it's a great thing. But I think that people are people frame free work in a certain way. The way that they look at it, they think that, oh, that means that, they're taking the mick out of me, and, and sometimes that's true, sometimes that's absolutely true. People are just trying to chance their arm. But the way that I used to, and still see it sometimes, is seeing it in a different way, where it's valuable but not in a monetary sense. So the way that I like to put it to people whenever I have this discussion is, if you think about it, like if you had a regular job, like if you're a normal person and you went to university to study a subject, if you went right now, currently, in the UK, you would pay £9,000 a year to learn a subject. So, and the average degree, as far as I'm aware, because I've never done a degree, is 3 years. So you would be spending £27,000 on getting an education. But for some reason, seeing that is different to doing free work. Now, like I say, some people take the mick, but I wanted to talk about the ways in which doing free work has really helped me, the way that I see it, whether I choose to do it, because I look at certain factors, and at what point I move on, either have a discussion and say, look, I'm not happy doing this for free anymore, or it's a case of, okay, I can't afford to do this anymore, but not necessarily for monetary value. So let's start with positives. You know me, I like positives. So the first thing is, obviously, so anytime I got asked to do free work, there were certain points that I would hit and say, okay, am I getting this, that, or the other from this situation, or potentially? So the first one would be, what is the level of musicians that are in this band or playing with this artist, or what's the level of songwriting, or, what are the level of these people that are asking me to play with them for free? If they were above and beyond my level, my ability, my experience, 100% yes, I'd be in like Flynn. Because in my experience, as I know, growing up, going to blues jams, I was 11 years old and I was playing with musicians who were up to around about 70 years old and everything in between. And they have had many different levels of experience, and that is what pushed me to get better. So I know that is a brilliant thing. So if there are experienced musicians in there, oh hell yes, I am in. Okay, so the second one would be, are they people that I don't know? Are they new people to me? Do I know anyone that knows them? Chances are I probably would have known someone through someone, because you get recommended for these things, or however I found them. If I don't know any of them, again, even just to go and have a play, to go and audition, or to check out the vibe or whatever, I'm in. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to see if I connect musically with people, or just as friends, and just see what's happening, what's going on. So that would always be another reason to do that. The other thing to take into account would be, okay, well, what are they up to? Are they, for instance, are they playing loads of interesting different shows? Are they supporting someone? Are they, what have they got on the horizon? If it's just a jam band who are going to be rehearsing once a week with no view to any goals, I probably wouldn't. I may go down just to audition and meet them and, like I say, shake some hands. Maybe I'd meet an interesting musician that I could work with in another scenario, maybe. But if it was just sort of playing for playing's sake, that doesn't really fit my you know, where I want to be going. I want to be pushing myself, I want to be getting out there, I want to be meeting people. And again, that is another thing. What kind of gigs are they doing? Would there be interesting people there? And as I say, this is what I have done since I was, well, 11, I suppose, playing with lots of different people and playing for free, certainly. And I mean, as I say, occasionally I still play for free. If the situation is that I want to be there, because that's the other thing. If the people that are asking you to play are friends, are good fun, you know you'll have a good time, and it's just going to be a laugh, music's a laugh. Music's fun. So if you can find a situation where that is the reason you're there, that's perfect too. So that is to me, those are acceptable reasons to do things for free. Obviously, it's not all, you know, butterflies and rainbows, and sometimes people do take the mickey a little bit. I've had a few situations where I was playing, I can think of a specific example, I won't name names of course. I was playing with a specific artist. I'd known them for a long time, well, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years at the time, and we'd played in other capacities together, and this person wanted to go and do their solo stuff. And I thought, yeah, I'll come and do that. That sounds like fun. And potentially, I mean, I knew that they had a lot of different contacts, and I thought, well, that might be really cool if there's like a showcase and the different people that could come down. That might be interesting, and there might be some interesting people to meet. So yeah, totally. This sort of like thought of, yeah, that's a good idea, turned into about 1.5 years of rehearsing once or twice a week, with the odd gig, which was cool, but nothing really moving forward really. We were doing bits and it was cool, and the band were fun, and they were friends, and that was really nice. But it got to a point where I was sort of just going, why am I here? I wasn't progressing musically, I know that much. And I found myself sort of clock watching, and I always think, right, when it gets to that point, I probably should be moving on from this. But what happened was, I got asked to do a gig that I couldn't do. And I sort of said, I'm really sorry, I'm already busy, and they were totally fine, cool, I'll get in a dep. And I was like, cool, nice one. I then found out that the depth that they got in got paid. So I'd been doing all this work for like 1.5 years, spending my own money, getting to rehearsals. I wasn't paying for rehearsals, but getting to rehearsals, getting to gigs, you know, my time. And this random person came in and got paid to play. And I was just like, okay, that's a step too far for me. That's kind of taking a mick when I've given up so much time and effort. So I decided to move on from that. And that is generally what I'll do, is I'll put a timeline on myself for any sort of like any person I'm playing with really, and just go, right, after X amount of time I'm just going to look at this logically, and am I still getting things from this musically? Am I still enjoying it? Am I enjoying the people? Am I enjoying the music? Also, I look at how much time and strain it takes on me. Some of these situations are stressful, and sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes you do have to look at your own health and go, actually, is this good for me, or should I move on from this? And obviously there can be monetary things, like if this is costing me X amount, then, you know, could I use that amount of money somewhere else that's more beneficial and feeding me as a musician, not literally, or maybe literally, or creatively, or something like that. So I think, bottom line is, I think free work is very good. I think it has its place. Obviously you can't live as a musician doing free work, but if you look at it with a view to meeting other people, like I say, I can't tell you, because I can't remember how many gigs I did for free that then led on to meeting a person that then led on to touring and all that sort of stuff. So it's not just about monetary value, and if you can find value through doing free gigs, I would. And if you're in the privileged position to be able to do that, which of course I clearly was living at home, and the way that my parents saw it was, okay, you do your A-levels, which is up until 18 over here, just in case I lose a limb, and when, like, the 3 years following that, treat them like university. You can stay at home. I think I was given a very small allowance, maybe of like, it was something like £100 a month or something like that. And that was to make sure that I had petrol in my car, and that I could go out to gigs and meet people and be able to facilitate doing these gigs for free so that I could go and meet people, which then led on, oh, in fact, yeah, because that led on to finding musicians that I then played in covers bands with, which I did earn money in. So it kind of is swings and roundabouts, and I think it really has a place. And I know that people get very frustrated about doing gigs for free and I'll come and do it for the exposure, but actually if you are the one that's looking out on it and just going, okay, they're telling me one thing, someone's always going to be trying to fluff it up for you, but if you look at it logically for yourself, like what you're trying to achieve, is this going to be good for me in some way? And even if it is going to be like a month of playing for free for someone just to test out the waters, if you're not happy, move on. It's no big deal. As long as you do it in the right way, then yeah, I think it's a great thing to do. So as I say, I'm sure people are watching this absolutely livid. So please leave comments, change my mind. That's totally fine. I'm all about the different views and I'm all about playing devil's advocate. I love doing it with myself. I hate doing it with myself. But yeah, so please do tell me what you think. Tell me I'm wrong, please go for it. But as I always say, it's just my experience. It's how I've managed to carve a bit of a career, and yeah, I get to do this for my living, so, and I'm very lucky. I shall leave you now. I'll be back again next week with another subject. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but you'll have to tune in to find out, and so will I. I hope you guys are having a good week. If you have any questions at all, like I say, leave it on the comments, or go to adrummersguide2.com and you can write your question in there and it gets sent straight to this girl here, and I will put it on my list and I will cover it in a video for you. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I will see you soon. Alright, laters. Bye!